Today I'm going to be talking about success and how success doesn't necessarily lead to happiness. For example, everybody has a different measure of success. I'm going to use, for example, chess, right? Some think being successful in chess is hitting their desired elo or rating number. So some people want to hit 1200 because they're new to chess and they just want to be like somewhat decent, beat their friends, be able to play a, play a real game. Other people, such as Magnus Carlsen, his goal was, being world champion, being the best in the world, number one out of, all the countries and all the players. But even Olympians, who are chasing that gold medal, their definition of success varies. And even if they are seen as successful, they this doesn't necessarily translate to being happy. For example, there's a really good study that's been done, and it's talked about on a lot of like psychology podcasts, talking about how silver medalists are more unhappy or less happy than bronze medalists, even though they scored higher or did better than them in the Olympics. And that's because the silver medalists compare themselves to the gold medalists. So instead of saying, hey, I achieved silver, they're like, their method of thinking is, hey, I missed gold. Like, if I just did that much better, I could have gotten a gold. Um, but yeah, it's our measures of success are very skewed towards comparisons to other people. So if you're working in a FANG company, like six-figure salary, you're comparing yourself to other people in the tech industry, and someone at like DeepMind or something, they might be making a couple hundred thousands of dollars a year instead of like 150,000, and that kind of warps your idea of success. You're like, oh, now I'm at, now I'm at 150,000, but I want to be, 300,000, 800,000, 1 million. But that's not sustainable, right? Like, there's no upper limit on success or our definition of success. Because once you find that you reach a certain measure, you're going to realize that, normalize that, and internalize that. And there's this thing called the hedonic treadmill, where basically your happiness level always returns to a normal state. And we tend to overestimate how happy our goals of success will make us. So, for example, people that have won the League of Legends North American championships, they said, I know a player who said, oh, when I won, I felt happy for like a day or two. And if I didn't win, then they would feel bad about it for like a week or more. And it's kind of like, it's not proportional to, success or failure. It's like, okay, this will make you happy for a very short amount of time, but then you'll normalize that. And like the case with Magnus as world chess champion, he's been reigning for so long. It's like people expect him to be number one. So any result other than being number one is seen as a failure. And that's like a lot of pressure, especially with the way chess tournaments are set up, because a lot of people are just like, screw it. This guy's rating is so much higher than mine. If I force a draw, then I gain, I'm that looks like a success in in their minds. And I'm thinking about build space a lot in this because, so many people have set their demo day goals. And, you know, these are like basically pretty short term. It's like 6 weeks. This is where I want to be at the end of 6 weeks. And my original goal was to get 1,000 views on YouTube. And right now I'm already past that. I'm at 2,000. But now that I'm at 2,000, I'm like, I still have a lot of video ideas. I still want to make more. And I feel like my expectations have also grown with, you know, with my channel. So, I'm not happy, or I don't feel that sense of elation when I see the view numbers go up anymore, because I'm like, oh, my previous videos, have this number. And that's kind of disappointing to me in a way, because, I logically I should be happy, right? Emotionally, I'm not. But logically, I should be happy because I'm getting engagement, I'm getting views, and I'm doing a lot better than I thought I would. Um, but I don't feel as happy as when, that first week I got like a couple hundred viewers. Um, but I'm trying to reevaluate myself every single week and really just find my goals and try to think really hard about, what direction I want to go, because I care about this and this is something I want to continue for a long time. And yeah, so I feel like success, or measuring success, is very different for everybody. And if you compare yourself, it's kind of like dragging yourself down. And sometimes success isn't a good thing. So sometimes success, puts a lot of pressure on you. Like one of my videos last week, or this week, got like 300 plus views. And, I looked at that video and I rewatched it. And I'm like, yeah, I make a pretty good point. But now I feel some sort of additional pressure to make my future videos that same quality, that same standard, or even higher. And it's kind of disappointing because, in some of the interview videos, some of them pop off, get a lot of views, others don't really. And I don't really know why at this point, because I'm like, every single talk I've had, the vibes are different, the people are different. Um, it's probably the algorithm, doing something. Um, but yeah, I feel like I treat all of my videos with the same care, respect, and love. Um, and I really wish that, you know, they get better and people watch them and they take something away. So if you're currently building, or if you're starting to build, try to set a reasonable standard for yourself, but don't say, oh, after this, I'll be happy. Because there's no guarantee that you will be happy, but you have to find happiness in the journey of creating and, just have fun. And that's all for today.